Everybody, I'd like to have your attention just for a moment. It's so hard. Thank you for all being in here, because when the food and the drink is out there, it's so hard to come in here, plus the weather. But we're glad that you're all here tonight. My name is Bill Barty, and I'm the owner of Jesse Brown's.
Woo!
That's exactly right. It's a privilege to have you all here. First off, Lab Pups has been a big part of this community and affecting a lot of you in here before you got here. For other people here, they're just learning about this. But what we're going to learn about tonight is a kind of, I guess, a special undertaking that's going on with Lab Pups and Paws4Warriors. So special thanks to you all for being here to learn about that. I do have a commercial though, and we're glad that you're here, and we want you to shop if you get a chance. You don't have to tonight, but there are, look, it looks good. Bodie's dad got a new hat. We've got these little discount coupons for you to enjoy savings on a shirt, shorts, pants. So make sure if you don't have it, we'll get you one. Also, from the time you got here, from 5:30 to 9, all the purchases tonight that you make, 10% of the proceeds are going to go to Paws4Warriors as well from Jesse Brown's. So we're glad to share that. The 3 events that we have besides shopping that we need you to know about. May 6th, we have Drive the Silk Road. This is a lady who leads Land Rover trips from Western Europe all the way through 12 countries or whatever to Eastern China. Marco Polo's route. So anyway, that's May 6th, Wednesday from 6 to 8. Also, we're going to have Mountain Khaki Days here. That's one of our pride and joy vendors. They're going to be here. We're going to have band, music, food, entertainment throughout, and prizes with the Mountain Khaki people. So that's May 15th and 16th. And then lastly, one of the most popular things that we've done here at Jesse Brown's is we invite our friends, clients, and customers. We get 3 per time. They have 20 minutes, and they tell their story. And we've heard some wonderful stories that make you laugh, stories that challenge you and make you want to go outdoors, stories that make you want to cry and then inspire you. So that's May 21st, and it's a wonderful time to come hear your neighbor's adventure is what we call it. So enough of that. What we're here for tonight is puppies, and I'm going to introduce Trip Wood, who's here, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what we're here for. Thank you all.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks for having us. We really appreciate it so much.
Our pleasure.
Well, Josh, after that, you know, I really want to tell the story about last year when I was hunting with my partner, and this big 1,000-pound bull fell in love with him, and he was running around the four-wheeler yelling, "Somebody shoot it!" I'm not going to tell you that story.
You got to wait till May.
I'll wait till May.
21st.
I'll be back May 21st. So, anyway, I got notes to keep this real brief. You'll be glad for that. Thank you for coming tonight. I want to tell you a little bit about Lab Pups for those of you that haven't heard of us. First off, are there any customers here that have one of our dogs from Lab Pups? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So good. So we started breeding specialty Labradors about 3 decades ago. And we began folding in the genes of dogs that were more calm and easygoing. And so that meant a huge amount of washouts for breed dogs in the beginning. It was a lot of work to get to where we are today. But these dogs are fantastic in being with the family. They're less prone to chew, less likely to run away, and more likely to be loyal, as opposed to the field trial dog, which tends to do all the opposite things and make your life rather interesting. So that's Lab Pup Story. We're located in Western Charlotte. We had some ideas. We met up with Dominic and Erica, who we're going to introduce you to very soon, that are instrumental in this program. And between Tripper and Dominic and Erica and myself, we all got together and came up with this idea about Paws4Warriors. I want to tell you just a little bit about Paws4Warriors before I bring Tripper up. He'll give you some more of the goodies. But you know, it's amazing. How many veterans? Are there any veterans here tonight? Jay? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, that's great. I'm glad you're here. You know, you talk about a rough day at the office, and the only thing I can do is compare it to this. We're out working and we have a rough day, and we call back to our wives, you know, and we say, gosh, honey, it's just awful today. The boss is crawling, well, the boss is fussing at me, and the coffee this morning was out when I got here, and there's no pens, and I've just had it, you know. And I contrast that with a call from one of these veterans that are over there defending our country and taking care of us. Can you imagine a call back to your wife? Oh, honey, I'm in the hospital. I'm in Bethesda. Got airlifted. Lost a leg, an arm, an eye. But I think I'm going to live. Kind of a rough day, but you know, they're going to get me back in shape. And the spirit of our soldiers that go out there so that we don't have to is so inspiring to me. I grew up in a place called Yorktown, Virginia, and Williamsburg, Virginia. They're 12 miles apart. And I got to dig old relics from the Revolutionary War and lived literally right on the battlefield. It was incredible. Got to pedal down to Cornwallis's cave. And so I grew up, as many of you did, with a great love and a great respect. These soldiers today that are going out there in Afghanistan and Iraq and all across the world are no different than the soldiers to me that fought with our founding fathers to establish this country in the first place. They're carrying on that fight, and they're willing to put it all on the line. So Paws4Warriors became an organization to try to give back to these veterans, to try to help these veterans in any way we possibly can, however small it might be. And I'll let Tripper describe here in just a minute exactly what Paws4Warriors does. But I do have just a little story to just kind of illustrate how important these dogs are in the lives of our veterans and others that have suffered. I talked to a fella here last week, and he told me a story. And he was literally crying as he told me. And I'm going to kind of abbreviate this because we got youngsters in the room, but everybody knows what Russian roulette is. And one day he just had enough. And he put 3 in and he spun it and click. And he spun it again and click. And he spun it a 3rd time. Just as he had the pressure on the trigger, ready to let it go, he looked down in his Labrador. And this Labrador, he said, had tears in his eyes. And it stopped him from pulling that trigger. And he laid the gun down. Later he went back and he found that was sitting on a live chain. And that Labrador, that connection with that Labrador literally saved that man's life. And he was so thankful. And in a word, that's what Paws4Warriors is about. It's about bringing back that bond for that soldier or that person that has that need. We all know with PTSD and TBI how difficult it can be to bond. So I'm going to bring my son Tripper up. Tripper, come on up. I'm going to turn the floor over to Tripper and